Hello, welcome back to the updated version of the Daemon 2.0 tutorial. In this version, we're going to be programming the Daemon 2.0 using VeskTool version 3.0. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to connect your Fockbox Unity to your computer. Click Auto Connect right here, and it's going to say that the connected Vesk has newer firmware than the current version of the VeskTool supports. That's okay, we're going to update the firmware here. We're going to select Unity default bin under the firmware tab over here, and then select download. This process will take around 10 to 30 seconds. Just be patient, and once it's done, make sure you don't turn off the Vesk or anything like that. Just leave it be for 10 seconds. Alright, so here we are back inside of the VeskTool. It's important to note that this should be the Windows version, not the unofficial Mac version of the tool, and now we're going to re-auto connect to the Unity, auto connecting right here. So now you are auto connected, and the first thing we're going to do is the motor setup. So you click on the setup motors FOC. Medium outrunner is the size of the motor we're going to take. Next, yes, the battery cell series will be 12, and the battery cell capacity will also be 12. Then you hit next. Now we're going to set the motor pulley. We're going to set this to 15, and then for the street version, we're going to set the wheel pulley to 38. And the wheel diameter to 110. If you're using the all-terrain version, these will be different to serve the corresponding wheel pulley number and the wheel diameter. So now we're going to click run detection, and this will make your motors move as they're going to be spinning to detect the parameters that the motors are going to use. So we click run detection, OK. Alright, so here we go. Now we can see the information that it's come up with. It's just a good idea to check to make sure these both have around the same values, just to make sure that nothing went wrong during the detection, and also to make sure that you have the Hall sensors right here. Sometimes it'll say sensorless, and you want to make sure you have those Hall sensors plugged in for the maximum smoothness on the 2.0. So we're going to hit OK, and now we're going to make sure that the motors will spin the right direction when we throttle forwards. So we'll try each of the motors individually. We'll click forward. And this motor is spinning the wrong way, so we'll click the inverted tick box, and then we'll try again, and now it spins the right way. We'll try the other motor, which already spins the right way, so we'll leave it there, and we can click finish. Now we can do the input setup. Just like to run through this quickly. It'll scan the CAN bus. Then we can click this Vesk right here, next, PPM input, next. I like to turn traction control on, true, right configuration to Vesk, make sure it is green right here. We'll click next and finish. So even though we've done the two wizards, there's a couple of other things that we need to do in the version 3 VeskTool to make sure that this Daemon 2.0 is going to be functioning to the best and safest way possible. So we're going to go to the motor settings general tab right here, and we're going to set the current limits. So the motor current can go up to 80 amps per motor. So if you want the strongest acceleration on your Daemon, set this to 80. You can also set it lower than this if you don't want as strong of an acceleration. We typically set the motor max current to 80 on the pre-builts, and then the motor max current brake to -70. And this is going to control how hard your Daemon 2.0 brakes. So if you don't want as strong of braking, make this -60, -50. And if you want less of an acceleration, set this to 50 or 60. Next, we're going to set the battery current max settings, and this battery has a BMS that can handle 80 amps, which means 40 per side, so we're going to set the battery current max to 40 amps, and we're going to set the battery current regen to -12. Once we're done with this tab, we're going to go to the voltage tab. There's nothing there, that's already been done. The ERPM tab, we are going to set the max ERPM and the max ERPM reverse to 85,000 each. 85,000 and -85,000, that is. And then, that didn't go quite as planned. Okay, 85,000, -85,000. The wattage tab is good, the temperature tab is good, BMS tab is good, and now we go to the advanced tab, and we're going to set the duty cycle current limit start to 85%. This is just an extra safety measure on the electric skateboards to ensure that your board doesn't cut out during hard accelerations. And now we're going to go over to the right and hit right motor configuration, And just to confirm, make sure that this green notification pops up in the bottom right. Next, we are going to go to the other motor and do that exact same process to the other side. Alright, so now that we've set up everything that we need to in the motor settings, we're going to finish by setting up the input settings. So if we're using the VX2, which is what the Daemon 2.0 comes stock as, you're going to want to make sure that this is set to UART. It comes set as PPM and UART just based on the wizard that we did. If you do this, the motors will just make kind of a whining noise and not move at all, so make sure that you set this to UART and then click Write App Configuration and make sure that it goes green there as well. At this point you can plug in your receiver and just test to make sure that everything works, which we're going to do right now. As you've probably noticed by now, we do not have the receiver plugged in, so that's the first thing we're going to do. And now we can turn the remote on. It'll pair to the receiver, and now just like that, you've got a functioning Daemon 2.0. Now, there's one other thing that I will go over in this video, and that's how to set the remote, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so here we are in the remote settings. So what we're going to do is hold down this button right here, the mode changing button. Holding it down, it'll go in here. So we're going to set the battery cells, which is going to be 12. Using this as the changing thing, we're going to click OK right here. One more, pole pairs, this is going to be 7. Hold it down again, 7, boom. Mile per hour, hub motor, we are a belt drive, boom, there. Wheel diameter, we're going to be using the torque board's 110, so that's going to be 110. Just hold this up and it'll scroll all the way up to 110. There we go. Motor pulley, this is 15 teeth. There we go. Wheel pulley, this is 38 teeth. There we go. Throttle calibration, that's good. Pairing. ESC type, we're going to change this even though it's a Fockbox to FS ESC because we're using the VESC tool. There we go. And now we're back in here, and when we accelerate, all of these settings are correct on the live reading here. That concludes our Daemon 2.0 programming and remote setup video. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below or email us at propulsionboards@gmail.com. Additionally, if you're a Daemon 2.0 owner and you're watching this video, make sure that you've updated your Fockbox to the latest firmware to get the best performance out of your board and follow this tutorial. Also, if you are a Daemon 2.0 owner, just make sure that you have all of the proper settings. Finally, if you have a Daemon 2.0 kit or complete that you've bought from us, we'd love to see where you're riding and hear a little bit about your experience with the board. So email us footage of you riding to propulsionboards@gmail.com or just get in touch with us so that we can feature you in one of our next videos. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to us for more electric skateboard content. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.